So we all know that AI is doing some pretty incredible stuff. We know about ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. There are lots of great agents out there. But when it comes to the application, controlling the home is still kind of tricky. And as we think about, OpenAI is working with Johnny Ive on some hardware piece. Hardware is a really important element with AI to just make it more accessible. So I want to show you what we're doing. I'm Alex, the CEO of Josh.ai. We focus on the smart home. How we're incorporating AI and a new hardware product that we call Josh Edge to do some pretty cool things. So this over here is the brand new Josh Edge that's going to start shipping soon. It is a simple remote looking device, and the idea is we want it to be familiar so it feels comfortable. You can control the TV with it, but we do a lot of other really interesting things. So let me switch the camera over so you can see the remote, and I'll show you what it can do. So first off, we've got a microphone button. That's going to be important for any of the voice commands that we want to give. It listens up there. It's got a little speaker, the lights backlight. These buttons, they're all configurable, and you can use natural language to tell it what to do. So for example, we've got the lights off in here. If I just tap on this little lights button, we see the lights are coming on. And so in this one, I just told it natural language to turn on the lights in this room. Then we've got our little shades button. So if we want to close the shades, I just simply, right now I have it so double tap, we'll close those, and we've got the shades closing. And then I can just tap it again, and we'll see that those shades are now opening back up. Yep, there they go. And so this is important because when you think about AI, it's great that you can ask it to generate an answer to a question, but sometimes you're in the room and you just want to quickly be able to control the room. In this case, we've got an overhead fan. I don't have a button for the fan, so I can just go ahead and give a quick voice command and say, turn on the fan.
Primary bedroom fan is now on.
So it answers back, and that fan turns on. So again, the idea is that I can just easily control the space that I'm in. We've got music, I've got a TV, we've got a whole bunch of stuff, but let's now talk about the AI capabilities. So again, if you go onto ChatGPT from your phone or computer, it's great to help generate emails and stuff. There's a lot you can do. But what if you're just laying in bed and you have a question? So, for example, I just happen to have this Fiji bottle. I know it looks staged, but it just happens to be here. And I thought, maybe I can ask, a question that AI would be able to answer, but I don't want to have to go to my phone. So here I can just simply say, is Fiji water actually from Fiji?
Yes, Fiji water is actually sourced from an aquifer in Fiji. It's bottled at the source on the island of Viti Levu, giving it its unique mineral content and flavor. So when you drink Fiji water, you're getting genuine water straight from Fiji.
So any of those AI questions that we're learning that we can ask, I want to ask about a piece of artwork, I want to ask about, the weather, about news, you can just get access to it right from here. The idea is that you just have quick access to an AI model right on this easy, beautiful device that also is now controlling my whole space. In terms of, it looks like a remote. Is it a remote? I press the power button, the TV's gonna turn on. This will work across Apple TVs, Roku's, all sorts of stuff. And so, we're now in there, navigate down, go home. It's very simple, very easy. And again, the backlighting makes it so it lights up really well. If it's dark and you want to be able to see. I use some natural language to control some of these. So for example, the little goodnight one, that's going to turn off the lights. It's going to close the shades, turn off the TV, stop the music. So to show you, I'll just press that button. And so with that, we've got the shades that are closing. We'll see the lights here are going to go off in a second. The TV is now off. And so it basically turns everything off. And then this little sunrise one, that's more of my good morning one. So you wake up, everything's dark, everything's off. When I press that one, that's gonna turn on the lights, it's gonna open the shades, and then I think I have it turning on the TV as well just for a quick test, although I'll probably get rid of that because we don't really need the TV going on. But you get the idea that you can very easily tell it what to do. And again, this is just natural text that I set up. So I told it just in the Josh app, when that button gets pressed, open the shades, turn on the lights, turn on the TV. And so very simple, very easy to go. The next thing that I want to show is combining the two. So it's great that I can go into AI and I can ask it questions like, when did the Beatles write Let It Be? What would be a great movie that I can watch with the whole family? But what if I want to actually go a little further and make that happen? Well, with this, it's super easy to do that. So for example, let's say I want to listen to a song that maybe is kind of a jazzy song, and I don't know, maybe have it talk about, I'm trying to think of something that would be interesting, maybe a jazzy song that's about Paris. So I can simply ask it to figure out what that song would be, and let's do it. So listen to a jazzy song that talks about Paris. So it's going to use the AI model, figure out what to play, and let's see.
Now playing April in Paris by Count Basie. Enjoy the jazzy vibes.
And with that, we have it playing on these speakers. Stop the music. I'm just going to stop the music really quick so I don't get in trouble with YouTube's, copyright issues. But the idea is that you can use the power of AI where we can ask it, any question about music, video, facts, trivia. We all know what AI is capable of doing, but we have access right from this device. The other thing worth noting is the battery life on this device runs for months because this is a Bluetooth device and it's basically talking back to the processor right here, the base, but that's also a wireless Qi charger. So I put it right on, that's charging, and it, works really well. But if I don't put it on the charger, because this device is really just having to Bluetooth back to that, the battery is going to last for a really long time. So excited about this. I think this is quite possibly the future of the smart home. It's really simple. It's really easy to use. If I want to turn that TV off, I just press the button, so I don't have to use a voice command if I don't want. If I want to simply turn off the lights, I tap that button, the lights go off. But then if I want the power of AI, it's simply right there at my fingertip. So why don't we finish this off with a quick AI question? Actually, I want to show one other thing before doing that. We've got this really cool piece of artwork and just want to show the idea of tying this remote into artwork and kind of all of this being tied together. Right now that is in the off mode. So I can simply say, turn on the art light.
Now.
And with that, it turns on the art light and it's just this kind of cool infinity mirror piece. And it does remember context, so I can say, turn it off. With that,
the light is now on.
It turns off. So again, there's so much we can do. So let me think, what would be a good final command just to show something interesting? Maybe let's say, in less than 20 words, tell me a story about the future of AI in the home. And I have no idea what it's going to tell us.
One moment. Smart homes will adapt to our needs, creating seamless connections, enhancing comfort, and making life effortlessly convenient.
Cool. I don't disagree with any of that. So this is Josh Edge, and I think it might be the future of the smart home.